Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to look at 4 things spotted in Arsenal training as Arsenal travel to Brentford to face them in the first Premier League match. So the first thing on the list is Sami Lokonga very likely to start versus Brentford. I think he had an extraordinary game versus Spurs in my opinion. I think the way he passed the ball, the way he receives the ball, the way he doesn't have pressure on the ball, and the way he lets other people have less pressure around him, as I think it was very good performance. I think he should be starting with the likes of Thomas Partey injured, and really we're not in depth in that position. I think our 3 good midfielders are Saka, Lokonga and Colney. I don't see Willian as someone that's going to be remaining in the Arsenal plans, and especially Arteta's plans. Maitland-Niles did operate as right back in that preseason friendly, and then he operates in the midfield. But we are in a predicament right now, and I'm really scared for Arsenal going into the game versus Brentford, because it's the worst time to choose a team such as Brentford. It's a very bad time to choose newly promoted teams, because they're just in the Premier League. They're going to have the fans behind them. They're going to be wanting to make a huge impact, and also have to face them. And I think that's the same thing that happened last season. I think we did face Fulham in our first game, and I think Fulham were newly promoted, but we did make a difference because they had no fans. But in this scenario, they do have fans, and the way Arsenal looked throughout the preseason, especially against the big teams such as the likes of Spurs, Chelsea, we look shocking in my opinion, and hopefully Lokonga could have a very big impact. But he looks someone that is very focused, someone that's going to be a regular starter under Mikel Arteta. But I don't want to put too much pressure on the youngster, but I think he knows a lot how to deal with pressure. He's been the Anderlecht captain, he's done it in the past. There's a lot of hope for this guy, and he's much more in terms of his age than what he is currently. I think he's more of a 26, 25-year-old player rather than him being 22 years old. So it's nicely takes us on to the second thing on the list, which is Bernd Leno enjoying his training session. And this is something that is very important, because we tried to sign Aaron Ramsdale yesterday and we failed that transfer deal. So if hopefully in these pictures, Bernd Leno looks like he's very happy. He looks like he got no injury. But imagine Bernd Leno, the worst case scenario, Bernd Leno gets injured. We don't have a solid goalkeeper. I think we'll go with either the likes of Alex Runarsson. I think that name itself gives me shivers. And then we got Arthur Nkonkwo, who made that silly error. I still can see that rolling through my eyes when he wasn't able to control the ball when Cedric gave a ball to him and he conceded a goal. I think it was against Hibernian or one of those first pre-season friendlies. But Bernd Leno looks like our only goalkeeper at the moment, but he's someone that looks fit and healthy, and he's enjoying his training session, and hopefully that gives us a little bit of hope that hopefully just this one game he's fit, and moving into the new game we have a new goalkeeper. For me, Andre Onana, I think that's the player that everyone wants to see. If Arsenal are going to go homegrown, then I would love Aaron Ramsdale if it was for £20 million, but Arsenal stood firm. The deal broke down. They can only pay more than £20 million. They didn't want to pay that. The valuation was £20 million. I can live with that. £20 million for Aaron Ramsdale. That's how much we pretty much sold Emiliano Martinez for, and he's turned out to be a success. But imagine Aaron Ramsdale, he comes in English. So was he was homegrown as well, Martinez. But when it comes to the likes of Aaron Ramsdale, if he improves, and he turns out to be the number 1 goalkeeper, and it's just one of the best things we've seen, and there would have been a good piece of business. But also broke the deal, and they're looking at other options, and it's either Sam Johnston or Andre Onana, someone that I think should replace Bernd Leno. So the next thing on the list is Ben White impressing in training, and I thought he impressed massively in that game versus Chelsea. I think we got a £50 million signing there. I know £50 million might be a bit too much, maybe £40 million, £45 million, but nowadays in this market with the English tax on top, there's going to be a little bit more we're going to play for these sorts of players. But Ben White looks like a very good player. I think I'm very happy with the way he's performed. I think that he's going to make a huge impact for this Arsenal career, and he's someone that is confident that Arsenal will get back to the top. I think we need to get back to the top, in my opinion. I think the way the Gunners have been playing in the preseason friendlies, yes, there's moments where we're just satisfied when we see some good form of play, but then we need to be more clinical. We need to get goals. I thought versus Spurs we looked very good, but I think there are some players that just, such as, I don't want to mention names that I think just should leave the club, but I'm going to mention those names. I think Hector Bellerin, when he was partnering alongside Ben White, he didn't give Ben White the freedom. I think Ben White, when you get the ball, he's always looking forward. That's something I loved about his game versus Spurs. And even when he had that little bit of cameo at half time when he came on versus Chelsea, it was his first game, and I think you can clearly see that he just get in the field. But this game, he looked very good. The way he moved the ball forward, the way he showed his ability on and off the pitch, and his positioning was something that stood out to me. I think I saw him getting headers. It was very good in my opinion, and hopefully Ben White is featuring versus Brentford, because I think he'll make a huge impact. And I think rather we might have to see him in midfield if Arsenal do not get a suitable midfielder in the summer transfer window. So the final thing on the list is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is all smiles in training, and that's something that is very important because he's our captain, he's our talisman, and Mikel has put a lot of faith in him. There's a lot of people stating that we're getting the worst out of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Mikel should leave the club, and there's a lot of people stating that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang should improve on himself. He's not showing the same passion, the same determination. I don't know if he wants to succeed in an Arsenal shirt. For me, I'm in a mixed reaction right now. Yes, we all know he's had that bad season. We all know that he's someone that scores a lot of goals, and that's why we've been linked to a whole host of names and a whole host of strikers in the transfer market, like the likes of Dusan Vlahovic, Lautaro Martinez, Tammy Abraham. There's a lot of players that we've been linked with in that striking department. But Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is a clinical striker. Yes, he's in the twilight years of his career, but I think he's a top player. He's a top player, and hopefully he gets that goal versus Brentford, because that will help him kick on. And I need to see a bit more determination, a bit more motivation, a bit more passion in Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Because yes, we all have bad patches in life. We all have bad patches in our footballing career. We will all experience bad. It's not going to have a full it's just going to be good. But for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, it's the way you overcome this situation. That's the thing that matters. And if he can thrive in an Arsenal shirt once again, get those goals, I think Arsenal could be in a good position moving if Arsenal don't get a striker. But I do have low hopes for him at the moment. And versus Brentford, they look very good. We were linked with Ivan Toney itself, and he looks like he wants to score goals. He wants to show us how much we're going to miss not signing him. So these are the 4 things that are spotted in the Arsenal training. And hopefully Arsenal, and especially Mikel Arteta, get this victory, because the only thing we're going to fight for is the Premier League. And I want to see a top 4 spots. I don't want any excuses. Oh, it's his second full season. We've given him the opportunity. I want to see Arsenal fans now waiting 5-6 years to get back into the Champions League, and it's been very stressful. But let's go, you Gunners.